of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Bussell?
Here.
Mr. Butler?
Here.
Mr. Carloni? Mr. Cronk?
Here.
Mr. Zekin? Mr. Pialis?
Here.
Mr. Malerba?
Here.
Mr. Palastro?
Here.
Ms. Stepchak? Mr. Blackman?
Okay, number 5. Anyone have any changes to the preliminary adopted budget? Oh, I'm sorry, public portion, my mistake. Public portion. Anybody from the public wish to speak? Mark?
Mark Collins, Town City Clerk. I passed out to you, there were some questions last night with respect to the new position that you have in the Special Works Balance. And that is the job description that I passed out that was approved by the Operations and Procedures Committee of the Board of Aldermen. And it is scheduled to be on their agenda for next week. So,
Okay, thank you.
just for your information.
Anyone else from the public wish to speak? Lou?
Lawless, Storm Animals, Core Chief of Storm Animals, 26 Shell Street, Derby. I just, we put on a presentation, and I'd just like the board to try and reconsider the funding for the Storm Animals Corps. It will help with a lot of the things here. Not, forced to have to charge the city for more games and find space and whatnot to make up for the I lost income. That's it.
Anyone else in the public wish to speak? Third and final time, anybody from the public wish to speak? I'm closing the public portion. Any proposed changes to the preliminary budget that was adopted on 5/5/2015? No changes?
So there's no changes, we always do that department by department.
Gone through whatever you want to make a change to. We're going to adopt the budget, we're going to go through department by department.
I don't understand the question. If we want to make a change, we have to vote on it. Then,
No, does anybody bring it up before we start the final adoption of the budget? Does anybody have anything that they want to bring up? No, if there's no changes, then I'll start with going through the line items for the adoption of the budget. The mayor's office, the budget is $154,567. Someone make a motion to accept that? Second. Do me a favor, whoever makes the motion, give your name, first name, and just let me finish, Lord. Just give your name, who's making the motion, and whoever seconds it, give their name to second it. Because I have to go down through all these. I have to concentrate on this. Again, the mayor's budget, $154,567. Motion by Edwin, seconded by
Larry.
all in favor? Probate.
No.
that's proposed.
Oh, any opposed?
No.
Go for a roll call. We'll have to do a roll call on it. Rich.
Is that the one that?
No.
Oh, it's not? I'll resend that, I say yes. I apologize. That was the wrong one I was looking at.
All right, so all in favor then.
Yes.
The probate, $8,247. A motion to approve it?
Don't move, Jason. Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Finance Committee, $4,000. A motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Town Clerk, $201,488. A motion to approve?
Larry makes the motion.
Second? Edward? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Register of voters, $48,766. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Legal services, $226,400. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Data processing, $63,064. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Treasurer's office, $99,100. Motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Insurance, $575,646. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Larry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Retirement, $1,195,619. Motion to approve? Second? Second on that?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Employee benefits, $5,784,421. Motion to approve?
Larry.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. You're opposed? Okay, roll call?
Sorry. Mr. Bussell,
I approve it.
Mr. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Carlone, Mr. Cronk,
Yes.
Mr. Zekin,
No.
Mr. Fialis,
Yes.
Mr. Malerba,
Yes.
Mr. Polastro,
Yes.
Ms. Sevcek,
Yes.
Mr. Watson.
Yes.
One absent.
Who do we have? We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8.
8.
Okay. Finance Department?
Motion carried.
Yeah, the motion's carried. Finance Department, $160,558. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Payroll taxes, $480,988. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Tax collector, $115,647. A motion to approve. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. The assessor's office, $113,450. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Seconded.
Larry.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. The auxiliary police, $17,605. Motion to approve.
Larry.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. The police department, $3,677,060. Motion to approve.
Larry.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Civil defense, OEM, $15,420.
3,200. Skip it.
No. Okay, no, that, all right. Back up on, it was on the other side of the sheet. The fire department, is $254,929. A motion to approve.
Larry.
Second. Judy, all in favor? So carried. Opposed? So carried. Now the civil defense, $15,420. A motion to approve? Second and seconded, all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Fire marshal's office, $142,117. A motion to approve? Approved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Hydrant, fire hydrants, $224,998. Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second, Larry.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Miscellaneous capital, $696,419. A motion to approve
Larry.
and seconded. All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Highway Department, $1,710,158. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Seconded.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. City electricity, $497,400. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Sanitation, $1,281,348. A motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Parks and Rec, $266,192. A motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Second, all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Health Services, $242,538. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? All in favor? Opposed?
Opposed.
Roll call?
Mr. Purcell?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kronk?
No.
Mr. Zinkin?
No.
Mr. Fialis?
Yes.
Mr. Malerba?
Yes.
Mr. Polastro?
No.
Ms. Sepchak?
No.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
5 yes. 6 no. Excuse me, 4 no. 1 no.
Okay, the noes, what do you want to increase in there?
I'd like to discuss the budget for the storm ambulance.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is going back to when I first started on the board, and I remember at the time, there was a higher, I think it was 110,000 at the time, chief, I'm not sure if that was exact, but from what we saw from years past, all the money wasn't being taken at the time. So that's where, at that point, we made a determination, I forget which fiscal year, budget review to decrease that line item, because the monies weren't being used. So, at least from my personal view, hearing, Chief Leonard at the time, and then, you talking about you need the money, it, thinking about the services that you provide, I'm not sure if I agree with 120,000 at the time, but I think in my view, it should be worth 55,000. That's where I stand.
You guys questions? Yeah, go ahead.
How much approximately would it cost if you were, let's say, to charge us for all the non-chargeable?
I don't know the exact amount offhand. I'd have to charge whatever rate the state would give me, for appropriated standbys and whatnot. I don't know that offhand.
Would you then have to change your idea about going after the accounts who can't pay the bill?
The only people that we don't charge really, or the only people that we don't go after are city residents. All other people we go after. So if we essentially be going after our own residents.
Can I ask, Mr. President? We're getting back to what we talked about this yesterday. It's not your bill we're worried about, it's the second part that's coming in from the paramedics.
That has nothing to do with.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, about wiping the bill off, yes, I understand it. But our public here in Derby are still gonna wind up getting $1,500, $2,000 bills between the both of you, am I correct? Why can't this, chief, be some kind of a combination bill between the paramedics? Okay, if you say no to that, I got another question. I was reading, did some research. Tell me if I'm wrong. Does the state law say we have to have a paramedic when we have trained EMTs?
Not all the time do we get a paramedic. We only get a paramedic dispatch when it's a life-threatening call. The least response that they can respond to.
Right, so basically.
So they're not going for broken legs. They're not going.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
They're not going to that. No.
It's
They're only
only
going to heart attacks and things that the paramedic would be utilized for.
Right, so that's what I wanted.
Right. And when we get there, we make an assessment and we deem that we don't need the paramedic. They always get canceled.
Mr. Chairman, after listening to the Alderman last night, Mr. DeCenzo, this is for as many years as I have. I know what storms, I mean, personally, being serviced by you. And you guys do a lot for this city. For 55,000, and like my fellow board member over here saying that for 55,000, you guys just get getting cut and getting cut and getting cut. I mean, I personally think you guys need the training, you personally need the education, you need the supplies to service this city. And if we could throw a number on there, I would like to raise it up to 100,000 at least.
We've also had an increase with their radio communications, went from 31,000 mid-year when they switched to Northwest. Yeah, Northwest. It went to 51,000. Next year, that bill is gonna be 85,000.
Right, and that's from CMed to that. So that's unforeseen. That I don't think should be shouldered on storms. I mean, they're a vital department in this city.
So you're talking raising the 50,000, right?
The 55, I'm recommending that we go up to at least.
Okay, and here's what I want to bring out too, because that's we're going to start playing politics with this. Let's get it out a little bit. Right now, where we stand, the taxpayer is going to get hit with quite a few bills this July. From the WPCA, $350 charge, correct? Then they're going to have also the sewage bill on top of that. Then you're going to have your car tax bills. And right now, we're trying to keep it, I don't want to, believe me, I have no problem with storms getting raised. But right now it stands, there's no increase in taxes. The people just can't afford it anymore. That's why I spoke to the mayor.
Which is understandable.
That's why I spoke to the mayor. She was going to sit down with the chief. I even said to the mayor last night, he says, if it's possible to get money somewhere, you know what I mean? She has some questions she wants to talk to the chief about. That's the main thing. She wants to talk to the chief and hope this could get straightened out. But right now, you can't put more of a tax burden on the
I
public.
understand that. They're adding an extra position in this.
Question, if you were gonna add $50,000 more, what would it do to the mill rate? Do you have any idea? Do we have any money anywhere to get it?
There's no cushion, There would have to be a mill rate increase.
Not necessarily, we could reduce it somewhere else. That's assuming that all the rest of the budget has been approved, it has not.
Right.
Maybe we'll disagree with one and want to lower it 50. Possibly. It happens.
No, the city provides others than the 55,000 that we give you, correct? You have, because I ask this every year, and we never get an answer. Do you know how much the city actually gives out as well to you other than the 55,000?
Well, we received
With insurance and gas?
Last year, the capital funds, in addition to the 55,000, was 104,000. The year before it, I believe,
we count that into our operating budget.
no, what we counted as equipment going into you. It's an income coming into you.
You do that for all the other services, for all the other agencies, count their capital.
Yes, yeah. Capital is an income.
And yes, we do use fuel for the emergency vehicle. We don't receive the chiefs or anything, we don't receive the emergency vehicles, the ambulance itself.
But chief, after I spoke to you, I don't like being threatened that we're gonna start charging the city for football games. Not the way we talked about. I mean, I try to have this been going on years. It's not something that started today. And being a retired firefighter myself, I don't like to be threatened. That's what I thought was threatened. No, let me finish, please. I got the floor. I got the floor, please. All right? I'll let you talk. I got the floor. The thing is, the mayor said, and we're gonna get, you could bring a couple of your people down there, and we gotta get this straightened out. I was reading all this information today. It's been going on for quite a few years. It's not just starting, like I said last night. It has to stop. I'm not against giving storms more money, but the thing is, there's questions the city wants to know. And the city has the right to know. If they're giving you 1 penny, I don't care. They have a right, the mayor or anybody in the city has a right to ask you questions, where the money's going.
And I've come here.
Right, and you said you would.
No one's asked me questions.
Right, but then
The mayor has my number, the mayor, we could have a meeting. any day.
right,
She
the
never-
mayor said, when does the chief want to get together and meet? So we're gonna get together and meet. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna be there, and believe me, we gotta get this straightened out for once and for all. But to come in here and say, I'm gonna threaten, we're gonna start charging city, I mean, this, you know, you don't do things like, this is not something that just started this year. It just started this year. I did a lot of research last night, was up late, real late, and this goes back quite a while. It's not only with this administration, it's with other administrations. This has to stop.
What are you asking about?
The mayor,
If this isn't the dialogue, this isn't time for that dialogue.
Well, he's basing his
Okay.
decision on some.
no, I'm not basing my decision, I'm basing when I spoke to the mayor, and the mayor was willing to sit down. I said, look, I don't want to see the storm hurt either on money.
Larry,
Yeah.
this isn't the time for that dialogue. That's for another meeting. What we're here to do is set the budget.
So last
But
year,
if we end up increasing this budget,
We're gonna,
is
well,
that gonna end up raising
we would have to raise the taxes, yes. We would have to raise the mill rate.
We haven't increased it.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that raise so much as I don't want the mill rate to go up.
That's all.
If there's a way somewhere to get that money, fine. Other than that, if it's gonna raise taxes, that should not happen.
I just have two more questions, or one, but kind of two. We had 55 last year, correct?
Yes.
And that wasn't enough, is it?
No.
How much were you the whole last year?
We're showing a deficit of $57,000, 57,000 and change. I believe it's on the presentation.
So if the 120 is not possible, what would be your next, what would be the best? And that's how-
We'd be willing to compromise at the 100, but
And that 100, would that cause any problems?
no.
That would be an additional 50,000, and that's gonna raise the mill rate, 45,000.
Then we go over each item. Mr. President, one on each one,
Yeah, but it just, well,
If there's a way to do it, I'm all for it.
just as long as we don't touch the mill rate, we can't do that.
I mean, I mean, I agree with what it says, if we raise the mill rate, we're gonna have very unhappy citizens. So, I mean, if there's a way to squeeze some money out of somewhere else and put them in his budget, I would assume that would be a better option.
The WPCA wasn't hitting this year, didn't it? Hit really bad. You got a lot of seniors on social security.
I understand that.
Really,
This is a vital.
I agree with you 100%.
City.
Maybe we could find money somewhere else in some other
We're
item
not
here.
finished with this budget yet. We're halfway through. We're still going through.
So
There could be some,
I'll
something.
change my vote to yes.
Mr. Butler, just for protocol, you still have the rest of the expenses. You could table this department, go through the rest,
That's exactly what I was.
then go
gonna do.
through revenue and see where it puts you, and then we can go back.
Let's, we'll table the health services. And then we'll go down with the rest of them.
And then go to revenue.
Okay, tabling that, library. Library is $479,022. A motion to approve,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Caretaker of graves, $600. Motion to approve,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor? So carried. Building inspector, $159,315. A motion to approve,
So moved. Again.
second,
Larry,
all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Community development, $106,950. A motion to approve,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Flood control, $13,550. A motion to approve,
So moved.
second,
Second. Again.
all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Planning and zoning, $100. A motion to approve,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Inland wetlands, $200. A motion to approve,
So moved.
second, all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Senior Center, $218,170. A motion to approve?
Rich.
Second? All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Principal and interest in bonded indebtedness, $1,550,615. A motion to approve? Second? All in favor? Opposed? So carried. LoSiP funds, $106,011. A motion to approve? Second? Judy? All in favor? Opposed? So carried. City Hall maintenance. $312,413. A motion to approve? Second? A second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? I didn't hear a voice either way. Am all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Citywide agencies, $176,795. A motion to approve? Second. All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Citywide fuel, $156,000. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Rich.
All in favor? Opposed? So carried. The budget working balance, $129,018. A motion to approve? Second? We have a second on it?
Clearing.
All in favor? Opposed? Roll call?
Mr. Bussell?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Mr. Kronk?
Yes.
Mr. Zinkin?
No.
Mr. Fialis?
Yes.
Mr. Malerba?
Yes.
Mr. Colastro?
Nope.
Ms. Sevcek?
No.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
7 yeses.
No.
3 noes.
7 yes?
I said seven.
6-3.
How many?
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry.
6. Oh, okay. So it's not approved.
Good try.
Sorry.
Okay. What do you want to cut there? That's special working balance and the working balance.
In the special, you have the 15,000 for the webmaster.
Yep.
Okay.
The only thing I can caution you on that now, is
Can I talk to you?
let me say, if this goes before the Board of Aldermen and they approve it,
Can I talk first?
then we have to come up with the money.
Okay. So we're gonna put it in there, and there's no job approved, right? Okay. The Board of Aldermen haven't approved this. Past history, the last budget, part-time assistant, the economic developer, and finance director, we put the money towards it. None was ever hired. Where'd that money go? So we're earmarking the money for jobs that aren't even approved yet. Okay? So basically, we're going the cart's in front of the horse right now, because the aldermen should be coming up to us saying, yes, we got this job approved, we're gonna do it. I have no problem if they say it's in the works and it's gonna be done. We have no guarantee, because we had no guarantee the last time, and those jobs were never approved, and that money is gone.
The committee, what's the committee's name, Mark?
The operations and
Operations Committee did approve it the other night.
approved it
But
last
the
week.
Board of Aldermen hasn't gone in front of them And once again,
That's
we're being
Thursday.
asked to approve something. And is there any intention to get this job? Because they were never hired. You understand, we put money into it and they never hired. So why are we putting money in here again and hopes that somebody's gonna get hired? And then if they don't, where's that 50,000 gonna go? I think that 50,000 should go right there. You can stop it.
Mr. Chair, may I address the board?
Just go ahead, Mark.
This, as I said, you have the job description, it's not webmaster, assistant town clerk is the position. As I said last night, the job description is before you. That was approved by the committee last Tuesday. It's scheduled to be on the agenda for next Thursday with the Board of Aldermen. It is very much the intention of, the job description is approved. It also was signed off by the union, collective bargaining, through the collective bargaining agreement, not at the 50,000, it's actually 47,000 and change. It's the same as the other assistant in the line item. I don't think it's fair or appropriate to, I don't know what happened with other positions. I don't have any jurisdiction or authority over those positions. So I don't know what happened this year in that budget. I didn't have any new positions in my particular budget. But I represent to you as somebody who served on this board for 6 years, as somebody who served on the Board of Aldermen for 4 years, as mayor for 8 years, and now as town and city clerk. I've discussed this. I raised it last year with the board. It was not approved. I discussed it throughout the year. If the intent is to add additional responsibility that was already added, the previous additional responsibility, it's not Mark Garfalo. This is about the office of the town and city clerk and about the permanent keeper of the permanent records of the city of Derby. The office is not a political office. We treat everybody the same and fairly and in a timely manner. And those of you, all of you can speak to that. And this is not something that's going to make anybody's life easier. We will be, in fact, doing more work in that office. So I would never even try to get into it. Say we're talking about apples and oranges, apples and tomatoes. It's a completely separate thing. It's not even two pieces of fruit. But I'm sorry to belabor the point. But the point is, when that is approved next week, I hope that we will be able to begin the process because it was approved here, both in your workshops and in the preliminary numbers, to assess that. And you still have discretion over it. But the point of the matter is there is an intent to move ahead to be able to increase the services that are offered to the city here. I can make that representation in my department. I seek to get that, and it was recommended by the mayor in this process. I can't speak to the other part. So I don't think it's fair. There may be other things or other areas, but as it relates to this particular part, this is a very specific thing, and I don't want to be caught or that office to be caught in the middle of another stressful argument. So I respectfully ask for your consideration on that to kind of keep it in perspective. And we should have done to address this to in fact keep the taxes at a stable rate. But this is an important issue toward the future of the city, and I don't want to take up any more of your time, but I can speak to a very specific issue that happened in the last yesterday and today. That was an issue, and last week, as a matter of fact, in terms of where and how the records are kept and what, if any, disaster recovery issue that we have in terms of maintaining, because they are permanent records of the city. They're not mine, they're all of our records, and everybody should have access. Thank you for your.
Mark, I can ask you a question, please. So on top of their salary, they're also going to get benefits. So at that, there's another 20,000 or whatever for medical or whatever pension that they get. So it's above and beyond the 47 or 50,000 grants. So
Just like every other position and every other department, there's the other things.
So it's an extra.
Yes. And that's not my rule. That's pursuant to the collective bargaining agreement that the city has with actually.
I just want them to understand it's more than just the 47, so it's not.
Well, it's accommodated, but that's accommodated.
I'm thinking that the tax board is not holding up this position. We're not holding up the approval of it, the hiring of it, or any such thing. We're just repeatedly getting things coming through and not just this, not this department in particular, but saying like, yeah, we're going to do this, approve it, just put it over there until we get to it. It just seems like a trend, and it's bothering me because it's kind of like you can back into it then and say, well, the tax board approved it to give it some kind of a legitimacy. You know, we're not the approvers, we're the funders. I think he does mean it. I remember Laura Wobben was here freaking 10 o'clock every night trying to catch up. I get it. But if we make bad use of the tax board, I think we lose our integrity. We just become the the stampers.
Well, with what's happened to the records, and
Yeah,
I
if
believe Chris
it's
and I believe
so
Chris
important,
knows that somebody would have
yeah, it should have been expedited, then if there's an emergency.
room up at Barker, they
Someone
found
should
another
have
room of records. And it's just been,
Again, it's not the tax board that's held it back. I maintain, we have not held it back one iota. We're just sitting here waiting for all the ducks to get in a row, because that's my understanding of what we're supposed to do.
But it was a question of timing of when this meeting took place. And
It always is,
What
Mark.
I knew about this, Mark.
It always
You-
is.
Like you said, you came to us a year ago saying you needed help. You had a whole year to get this thing going, with all due respect. Why are you asking us to approve something that's not out here? I haven't seen an ad out in the paper. Do you have any prospects? Who are they? Do you have candidates? We don't know.
I'm not gonna put an ad.
So why are we gonna fund it
I
now?
don't
Then
have
they
the
gave March,
authority.
now you're gonna finally.
I don't have the authority to approve a job description. I don't have the authority to advertise for a job that doesn't exist and is not funded. I mean, I put it forward in trying to be respectful, frankly, to the administration, the aldermen, and to you folks. It wasn't funded last year, and you know, I am not the policymaker. I'm not the policymaker, and I don't seek to be the policymaker. I seek to complete my task as the town and city clerk for the city of Derby. I have my own opinions about how to make policy and do that. I have stayed out of that because it's not my job, and I don't want to get in. I want to stay in my own lane. And so, in terms of getting it together, I did propose it in March when I submitted my budget. I proposed it and being respectful to all the. I'm just trying to be respectful to that in terms of how it needed to go through the process and to respect the other people who are the decision makers. And I appreciate your frustration on that, but I am trying to be respectful of the decision makers. I am not one of them. I can only put this conceptually forward, request it, and try to be respectful of the process, which I have been.
if you look at the budgets that were passed out, our special working balance and our working balance is very lean this year. There's just no room to wiggle there at all.
You get that, but there were increases in other places. If you can't leave out one and say, we're picking on one, there are people who had increases. So it's a matter of priorities. We say increase where there's something shown, like I believe with the storms.
But let me ask you a question. Don't you think the mayor has a right, if some certain questions she wants answered? I mean, we're gonna be here day arguing, hour after hour. The thing is, I thought we had a range where the mayor was gonna talk to the chief, we're gonna try to get something going. Answer the question.
We're not talking about.
No. You're talking about, we're fighting about Martin now. Why don't we go down the rest of the list and see if we can find some money somewhere instead of.
But we are at the
Yeah,
end
but
of
we're
the-
fighting about Martin now. This is getting ridiculous already.
We approved already, Larry.
We've got $4,000 from this department, $2,000 from this department. We went out and increased everything everywhere. So you want to pick some money out, take $500 from everything that we went up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and you can find it. We went through all these pieces of paper tonight. $4,000 increase here, $1 million for the Board of Ed. And don't put me on record right here, right now, saying that I'm not for the children.
I've been here every meeting. How many meetings have you been here all year?
Larry,
No. How many meetings? Gentlemen,
Gentlemen.
how many meetings you been here? I've been here every one. This is the second time I've been here.
Don't lie, my friend.
Yeah, how many times you been here?
The numbers don't
Yeah, right.
lie.
I'm getting a little disgusted.
Calm down, Larry. Calm down.
I'm tired of this board. I've joined this board, turn around, I'm trying to save the citizens. I'm a taxpayer, I live in a condo, I'm retired. And all we're worried about is this and that, we're playing politics, we gotta stop this. One thing I said about this board, it was really nice, we didn't play politics. It seems like it's what we're doing on this board.
I'm pretty sure when the ambulance comes for me, they're not gonna ask me if I'm a Democrat or Republican. I'm sure.
You're also not gonna get a $2,000 bill too.
Maybe I will, and I'll have to deal with it. That's not the fault of the taxpayer.
Just the accuracy of that though. Don't confuse.
Listen, hold it. We're not on that. We're on the special working balance, or the balance.
Seems like every time I try to give an opportunity to explain myself, we get shut down, that might clear some things up, so that's okay.
We'll be back in your line item.
We'll
All right,
be
thank
back
you.
to that. We'll be back to that.
So I guess the bottom line, in my opinion, is if the Board of Aldermen approve this job, we gotta come up with the money.
We gotta come up with the money.
Whenever they do it,
Right.
whenever that is. They haven't put out anything, there's no candidates, there's no nothing.
And
Why are we putting?
And we
why are
always
here?
do. The truck breaks, the bad engine, we find the money. We always
No
find the money.
economic developer.
We can't do that in every department, obviously.
We approved the money for that.
Use that money.
Where'd that money go? So that's what I'm trying to say.
This is all we're
Is that to
saying.
make, was that to fix the fire truck? All right, they need extra money to fix things. And just say that's what it's for. But don't just say you're putting in a job that the alderman may approve.
Plus, by the time it gets approved,
I felt for it once.
and then you have to advertise, and then you have to select, because I know it's an important position, and they have to be very computer savvy, even though they're not the webmaster. All this is gonna go by, those are months of salary you don't have to pay. It's not gonna even be that much.
Well, but you have still have the discretion to take that out of the line. I mean, that's it, you can either here or there. When it, I mean, the intent is to, once it gets approved next week by the Board of Aldermen,
That's if it gets approved, though. Is that a guarantee? I don't know.
but there's a job description that job description is 90%, it's been approved by the union. I understand, I'm just telling you, it's their job to do it. It's a week late. If you postpone your meeting for a week, you're gonna get it. But the special working balance is still at your discretion. So it's neither here nor there with the amount that's in there. It's really, you have to agree among yourselves of what it is. But until you appropriate it out into the line items, it's just an amount, it's just a lump of money, a sum of money.
We can't go on when we can't believe it, can we?
Larry left.
Larry left.
We can't.
Larry left. He's still not here.
Well, somebody's gonna make a suggestion there.
Well, why don't you pass and go to the next one, or to the Board of Ed?
We gotta wait for the other member to come in, right?
So we can take 45 hours for that? They want to make it.
If you take 45 off the service, you're not cutting them down, they're still making $950,000 increase. You know what I mean? And off the Board of Ed, off the Board of Ed. You didn't decrease them, you're still getting an increase. You know what I'm saying?
We can do that.
It's like if I made $10 million this year, next year I made $9 million. I didn't lose $1 million, I still made $9 million. If you take 40 off, or 45 off of that, we still made $950. Sometimes people don't understand.
You split the difference because like I said, you're not.
I'm not saying that's what it is.
Cover the whole yourself.
I'm just using that.
Go to your own.
Larry's still in the building, or?
You hold up the words.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm done.
All right.
Continue on.
Somebody have a proposal?
I think proposal that we, take the 50,000 out of the Board of Ed budget.
Yeah, minimize.
No, we're working on the special working balance, or the budget working balance, is what we're working on. We
We
leave,
can table this one.
table this one also?
Table this one.
But then you're done with expenditures or you have Board of Ed?
Okay, we'll go on to the next one then, city engineer. City engineer is
Starts at the bottom of the page and it goes over the next page.
That's community, isn't
Mr. Butler, you have 77.5?
No, wait a minute, no, they got out of order when they were copying. That's what happened.
8,600.
All right, city engineer, $77,500. A motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? So carried. Board of Education, $17,297,486. A motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Oh,
Roll call.
Mr. Bursell,
Favor.
Mr. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Carloni,
no.
Mr. Crump,
Yeah.
Mr. Zinkin,
No.
Mr. Fialis,
I'm undecided.
Mr. Minerva,
Yes.
Mr. Palastro.
No. No.
Ms. Subject,
Pass.
Mr. Watson.
Yes.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses, 3 noes, and 2 passes.
That's right, you're right. Apologize.
So it doesn't pass.
Now we have two people who didn't vote.
We have 2 people.
They abstain.
Three passed.
They what?
Mostly just, those two vote yes.
You need 7 votes.
But so no vote would be motion failed.
Noes and 2 abstentions.
This is gonna pass.
Motion failed. right?
No.
Motion failed right
You
now.
need 7 votes to pass. We have 5 votes, 5 yes, 2 noes, and 2 abstains.
So motion failed, back it up.
What?
Motion failed.
By Rob Trost, yeah. What are you gonna do with any discussion on the Board of Education budget?
I think we should take the 50,000 out of
For any
that.
department.
In order to ease the pain that we're having with the chief here of the storms and staying with the new position by Mark, it's right that we take that money from somewhere else, and I think that's probably the best way to get it from.
You're talking of taking 45,000 from the Board of Education.
More, double. You gotta keep more than that.
No, that would be,
No,
they said
that's
100. So it'd be 45 would bring it up to 100.
Where are we gonna be touching the Board of Ed? What part or where?
We don't have the discretion, just take it from the total. It's up to them.
We don't tell the super what's going on, or we just take,
keep the money because you spend it once. We don't tell them to spend it. Does someone want to make that in form of a motion?
Make a motion to take the,
Excuse me, Mr. Butler.
The 45,000,
Mr. Butler,
bring
you
it
can't,
down to.
Mr. Butler, you point of order, you can't do, you have to give the number. You can't take a number less, you have to give the new number.
That's what I'm gonna say. It would take the 45,000 from there, which would bring it down to $17,252 and, no, I'm sorry. $17,252,486.
Right.
and then 50.
No, just vote on that. Let that pass, then you go back to the other.
Then we have to go back to the other. This is, you have to pass a line item for them first.
Chris has the motion.
You make that as a motion that for the Board of Education being $17,252,486. A second?
Second.
Who's that?
Who's
Oh, I
second?
second it.
All in favor?
I abstain, I abstain.
Opposed. Opposed.
Well, opposed.
Roll call?
Okay, Mr. Bussell,
Abstain.
Mr. Butler,
I'm opposed.
Mr. Carloni,
Yes.
Mr. Kronk,
No.
Mr. Zekin,
Yes.
Mr. Fialis,
Yes.
Mr. Malerba,
No.
Mr. Palastro,
Yes.
Ms. Sevcek,
Yes.
Mr. Watson. Five yes. 4 noes and 1 abstention.
I'll make mine.
Excuse me?
What's the vote now?
You want to change it to no? So 5.
5-5.
So we're locked on the Board of Education budget.
So my question is, so we feel, because of course, we want to, some of us or whomever wants to take care of storms, we think the Board of Education budget is the best place to go. I think Dr. Conway and the Board of Ed have done a great job
Yes.
with doing what they can with the money we give them to help better our schools. So if there was logic behind it, instead of just saying, they can do without it, maybe I would think differently, but if we're just looking to rob from Peter to pay Paul, that's why I would oppose.
I agree with Mr. Conklin. And I also think that we went through this process for a very long time. And now at the last second, and it's, so whatever is your opinion, but all of a sudden now to change the last hour, there's a certain item.
But if we don't follow, then the public hearing has no meaning. It means we're not listening to people in the public hearing. We've made up our minds.
But I don't think if we had another public hearing that it would, the public would like to hear that now because we want to satisfy one department now that we're cutting from the Board of Ed department.
I agree. I agree.
So we have to weigh the balance. So what we think is appropriate, what they think is appropriate, and meet the common ground.
Well, I still like to go back to the point that that job is improved. And there it is, right there. You never alleviate all this problem.
That is the most correct thing I think to do.
And if it was such, if it was so important, I think they would have moved it along. Been sitting in front of us, the auditor would have approved it already. Would have approved it. But I'm not going to fall for that yet. Like, you're going to do this. No, you're not, because you didn't do it the last time. Shame on me. I'm not doing it. Refuse, put money in there, It's not approved, right, that's it.
Well, somebody have a proposal?
I can't see taking away from the kids, I'm sorry.
You wanna go back to the original, I don't know.
No,
We
just-
can't, we
just-
can't,
right,
by
we
Roberts,
can't.
we can't go back to the original, Board of Ed amount,
You can change it all.
because you've already turned it down.
You can change it by now.
Yeah, change it all. I mean, I have to, I don't think it's correct.
No.
It's temporary, but it's not the contract.
Correct, why are we gonna just satisfy one area? Again, let's just say storms or Mr. Garfalo, whoever. We're gonna say, okay, this is more important than this is more important.
Well, for the same reason, and I think the storms, need consideration, because I don't think we attacked it enough during the workshop. The same thing, if we had a problem with the board of ed, we should have seen that in the workshop. So,
Correct,
It's
and no
really the
one had a
same
problem with
situation.
the Board of Ed building workshop. Everyone had no problem.
Oh, yeah, there's-
Everyone knew that the proposed budget for the storms and the proposed budget for Mr. Garfalo was already attacked as well. Just like during the workshop, I was the biggest problem I could get for this position. And it seems like everything is starting to fill out. Now, last year we had the same problem where we were looking for a position that wasn't approved by the Board of Aldermen. But at least we have, and I asked for a job description for that one and we never got that. At least we have a job description for this one. At least it's gone through the subcommittee and it's been approved by that. And I understand where you're coming from, but it's already gone through the right channels. There's nothing to do to expedite the process. We can adjourn until Thursday and wait for the Board of Aldermen if that's your pleasure. And we'll chill out any arguments you have. The Board of Aldermen approve it, then we move on with it. The Board of Aldermen don't approve it, we squash it and we move on.
Well, no matter what.
Remember, we don't have a budget by the end of this month.
Right,
We
still have
revert back to
right.
last year's budget. Right.
That's what we're all held up on, with the opposed to this position. Because we have this position and another department needs more money.
So if that gets fully funded, how do you appropriate anything?
But if it gets fully funded, when we come time to, when we already set a budget, then what do we do? At least the money's already there.
When is it gonna get? When? Phil?
That's really not our, I hate to say it, you know? Right, not our jurisdiction when it gets filled, but it's already going through the process. It's not like we're just throwing it up in the air and saying, no, maybe we're gonna get this job with the job title, et cetera. It's already in the works. Why would you go through the job title description? It's just for a waste of time.
The economic development, that was on the paper. That was it. It wasn't though. The money was sat there and then appropriated wherever else it went. But we still there. So now you're, you know, they're telling
Community
me right now.
development, I don't believe the money was there. I don't have a copy of the budget sheet.
Because I'm pretty sure you were like, we need to fund this. So when the mayor does appoint somebody, the money is there. So if it's not there, you give us the same argument you'd be giving us right now. And I went for it the last time, and it's kind of like, nothing happened. So.
Because the community development position was only $20,000 because she was filling 2 positions at that time.
No, we're talking about the economic,
Economic
development, not the community. The
Community
whole thing got
development.
kind of weird.
They said-
That's hard to understand.
And that was the biggest problem, we didn't know which.
And all those positions have been redefined and are sitting before the Board of Aldermen, waiting for their approval.
No, they've been approved. So all those positions were already previously approved.
They're all
Job
approved.
descriptions were already previously approved. They're on the books. They have been on the books for almost 10 years. No, only one position. I mean, and that's not, they're on the book. They've been on the book.
But not by the names that they were being called. That was the problem. But that's something totally different. What are we doing with the Board of Education budget? You want to go back to the original amount, less $1. Somebody will make a motion for the Board of for the Board of Education, budget of $17,297,485.
Wow.
Yeah, they have to go, you can't do the same number. Now you
Can't be the same number, it has to be at least $1 less.
$1 less. There you go.
That number's off. Our numbers.
You voted down the original number, so I'm going $1 less.
I'll make the motion, $1 less.
Okay, Larry made the motion, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Then the Board of Education budget is $17,297,085. It's $1 less.
On record.
Okay, youth services. A motion for $30,131.
So moved.
Second,
Second?
all in favor? Opposed? So carried. Now we have to go back to, you want to go back to the working balance, or do you want to go back to the storms? Health services. Which one do you want to go back to?
I would go back to, I want to give this one more money, whether the mill rate goes up or we take it out of special working balance.
No rate ain't going
We
up.
need a subject here for storms.
No.
Now,
The
do we
rate's not
cut
going
it
up.
or do we have to raise the half of it? But I'm worried about that.
It has to be switched.
As I said, our working balance and our special working balance is extremely thin.
What's the number you want to go to?
First normal.
Okay, after one.
So do we look at 100? Can we go 45? Can we go up 45?
Same thing.
That's my point. So if we raise it 45,000, if we see a mill rate increase, it would be so many pennies, basically, that's just $5,000.
How much would it be? What would be the difference?
You're talking hundreds
Hundreds?
of a percent,
If
right?
we round the two numbers, would you even see it in this?
Or you could adjust your income.
Well, we're not, yeah, the income's been pretty bad.
Adjust your income.
Income, we can do anything, the income you want. We stand behind the income numbers the way they are.
I just think it's such a small amount of money. It's not a lot amount of money, but I think it's a big principle.
Okay.
If we can find a way to do it without taking away the cushion for soon to be a good job. Better. I'm trying to pick on Mark.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pick on you guys. We're just
Well,
trying to find a way to give these guys some money.
it's coming, it's right down to it. It's,
It feels. It's not.
Somebody make a motion.
Actually, stand up.
Which one we on? We on the health service?
Or unless you want to adjourn tonight, we'll come back tomorrow night.
Oh, come on.
Wait, don't say come on, because when we set our agenda, we also reserved tomorrow night for this budget also.
They can't make it tomorrow.
I think they can make it work. I think they can.
I've ever been. I read her engagement, so I can't make it.
If nobody has a motion, I'm gonna ask for adjournment or continuance until tomorrow night.
I'm looking for it, I'm looking for it.
Or perhaps, Mr. Chair, procedurally,
No, we're back
we
in
would
the.
take a caucus recess.
Utilize strategy.
Mr. President, excuse me 1 second. I got a message out to the mayor. No, let me, please. If we're gonna take, wait a minute, can I finish, please? Do you agree? Fine, no. The thing, maybe she could ask the questions that she wanted to know, we can get this straight matter out tonight. And then
She
maybe,
is tied up at I believe, at one of the schools.
Health services,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a motion that would raise storm and liquor up to $100,000.
Which makes the total.
Make the total. Or, yeah, maybe raise it 45,000 on the total. So what was the commission? Do you have the accurate one here?
No,
You can have 45,000, that's my motion.
if we went to 45,000, what would it be basically an average homeowner about what you're saying?
You gotta put it in. Let the calculator know.
So I'm definitely.
10%.
It is 10%.
$100?
We're not gonna guess, it's a 10%, depends what revenues are.
Yeah, no, I,
Anyway, there's a motion on the table.
all right, what is your motion now?
Raise it 45,000 to Mr. Stone's and we'll for 100,000. So 45,000 on, I don't have the final number.
I have it right here.
If you can have 45,000, that's my motion.
Okay, so anyway, we're just saying that we want to increase it.
287,538.
You see what the special working balance does?
287,538. 287,538.
How do you just, 45? Yeah.
45 to 40. 45 to 42.
I had a 5 there. Okay, so your health services, somebody make a motion for $287,538.
That's my motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Opposed? Then it's carried.
No, just. Now you do work and balance.
Wait,
Mr.
wait,
Butler.
just give me a minute, okay?
Okay, just trying to get it done right.
Mhm.
Okay, going back to the, budget working balance of $418. Motion to approve that. No, I can't do that. Let's increase,
Why don't we reduce it by the 2,000?
let's increase it by $1.
Because it's gonna come in around 48, right? And 47. So just reduce it by 2,000. And then you can get a little.
Increase it, decrease it by 2,000.
Don't hire anybody.
So that's gonna be 88.
How sure are you that this job is gonna be advertise higher. But that's my thinking.
Here's, I 100% respect and appreciate what you have said. And in terms of frustration with the local government and how that operates, I think we're all in the same. If we separate out everything else, we all share that frustration. But the wheels of government turn the way they turn. The only thing I can be sure of is, what I wanted to ask for was, if this board saw fit, I wouldn't do it because it's not in the line item. It's not in the line item yet. But if you were, I thought there was consensus, so I was a little confused here tonight. So, but if the board, I was gonna ask, if the board approves it next week, because it passed the committee unanimously. Nobody has, I haven't understood that there's, so I would like to, on Friday, put it out, because it's a two-step process. We have to, people in the union have rights first, so there's a process that has to, they have rights to it first for over the period of a certain amount of days, and then if nobody meets the criteria or nobody's interested, then you can go, yeah. So I'm ready, set, go.
I know there's no guarantee, but I just don't want.
From my perspective, I make that affirmative representation is if this board is okay without it being in the line item.
No, we can't do that.
I don't know if you can do it.
Well, then you gotta wait till you guys meet again and put it in the line.
No, it goes in line on July 1. It goes
Well,
in
no,
line
it still goes, but you can still do the process and have the person start at a point after July 1st.
After July 1.
Yeah, and all of that, but don't forget, it's almost June 1st.
Mr. Zeke, you
Right, but remember though, once you approve your job, I'm correct, we have to have a meeting to move that money up to your part.
That's what I mean.
Correct.
But what I was saying is, if there was consensus toward that, I would like to begin the process so that when you meet in the middle of June, presumably before it's hired, but after it was approved, then we can keep that train going. Believe me.
Mr. Zeke,
From my perspective,
here's the mechanical concern that I would have is, the money's in that line, right?
Right.
It can't be moved until your board moves it. So the aldermen don't meet till a week from this Thursday. So even if they approve it, you mechanically have to move it, and you can only move it in July 1, right? The concern that I would have is if you take it out of there, and it's approved, and our revenues are accurate, and your expenditures are balanced, you're gonna only take it from your working balance, which leaves you nothing but loose change to start the fiscal year off. Versus you leave it in the special working balance, it can't move without your approval. But at least you've got the money in your pocket, should the alderman pass it. If they don't pass it, it stays there.
Right.
Versus you don't have it in the tax rolls, it passes, where do you get it from? You either have to reduce expenditures, or we artificially inflate revenue that early in the fiscal year. Now, as the year progresses, revenues go up. So that would be my only concern about taking it out altogether. Because you have control whether it's out altogether, because you'd have to add it back in, or you have control if it's in the special working balance, because you don't move it. If it passes, if it doesn't pass, then it stays there and we know other expenses come in. But if you take it out altogether, Mr. Z, I'd just be afraid that, and it passes 2 weeks from now, then you're out of balance day one. Versus it stays there, if it passes, it's covered. If it doesn't, you keep it in there. I mean,
I'm comfortable budgeting something that doesn't exist right now. Could happen, but, I'll go with the board seems fit right now.
your decision, I'm just giving you the downside to not having it there. If they pass it,
No, I hear you.
you got it.
I'd like to see it written down that, yes, you got it, the line item.
That'll be the 28th of this month, though.
Mark, how long's the process to get the person on, basically? Once you start on this?
it's gotta be at least a month, I would say. It's gotta be at least a month. I mean, we can publish that.
Negotiate.
Indeed.
Okay, getting back to that, so the budget, working balance, if we keep it as the working balance of $38,918, and the special working balance of $88,000, $500 gives us a total of $127,418.
I'll make that a point or more.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. No, that brings us,
Larry, there you go. Okay.
There's nothing against this.
that brings us to, okay, the, total, a motion for the total budget of $39,115,419. A motion?
That could all the adding.
Yes. A motion?
Second.
Is that verified?
Second?
Larry.
Just normally when you make the motion in prior years, you make the motion and then it's pending verification, because if it's off a few dollars, you
We
allow.
need a motion and a second in order to.
Second.
Okay.
What was the number again, Jim?
It's been made and seconded.
Right again?
$39,115,419.
Good thing you added that caveat, because we're up by about $300. But
Okay. What I did was I took $1 off the Board of Education budget. Okay, so that brought us down to 419. I added 45,000 for the ambulance corps, which brought us up to 117. And, yeah, no, 419. No, remember we took $1 off.
Yeah, but
No, I'm not.
He's at 420, you're at 419.
I took $1 off for the Board of Ed so we can prove it.
And this one, this is the green bar, and this is only $1.
Yeah.
You're at 2,400, what's that number?
Now this is 2,000 off for, Mark's person.
Yeah, but originally you were 129, 418 there, right? 127, 418.
We were 129, 418. Took 2,000 off, so it's 129, 418.
Yeah, he took 400 more. Okay, you're fine.
No,
He did. You're
Yeah.
fine.
so 39, 115, 419. Yeah, I'm not coming.
Now you're gonna do revenue, total revenue?
The revenue will be the same as this.
Gotta do one more.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, going back again, the motion was to approve, the budget of $39,115,419. All in favor? Opposed? Now, to approve the revenue, the anticipated revenue, that'll be $39,115,419. A motion?
Rich.
Second? Second. All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Our budget is completed.
Mr. Butler, just for clarification, that increase of 42,998 is gonna go into taxes, correct?
Right, what?
You're gonna put that in taxes?
Revenue.
Yes, that's going in taxes. Now, what we need to do, what is that gonna do with the mill rate?
We gotta calculate.
Well, if you put in taxes, it stays the same. This thing matches, so it doesn't count. Well, you gotta do something, either you increase the rate of collection, or you and you push that.
That's what, that's the question you have to let Danny come through. Let Danny come through. Let me see if I put in.
I'm guessing 35.75.
Hey, wait, give it to him.
We're on a roll here. Whoa.
To rescind the revenue side, the motion that was made, for the revenue side, I need a motion to rescind that motion. Richard, second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, a new motion for the revenue side of the budget being $39,116,542. Rich made the motion, seconded? Seconded? All in favor? Opposed? The mill rate, a motion for the mill rate of 35.8 mils. All in favor? I mean, sorry, a motion? Second? All in favor?
Jim, hold on.
Hold on.
He's gotta check
That
that.
means that the expenditure side changed too, correct?
What?
The expenditure side had to change too from what we voted on, right?
It's,
No,
They have
because,
to balance, don't they?
yeah, but he's raising the mill rate, so you're getting the extra revenue to balance the expenditure side. But I don't think it's 35.8, but let me check that.
yeah, he just did it on the
Okay, he just
computer.
ran in and said it wasn't, Jim.
I mean,
He just ran in and said it
It was
wasn't.
35.74 before.
I'm only saying Henry just said that number's not right, and he ran in there to check it.
Oh, okay.
So now we have to
No,
revote
all right,
actually on the
let's-
actual expenditure total?
All right, we have to wait until that, he goes back up.
Yeah, he just ran in.
The
and checked
revenue
it.
has to equal expenditure, then we approved the revenue a different number. So now we have, so we approved the expenditure a different number than the revenue. Matching.
It was coming out about $1,000 difference that day.
Yeah.
When you're getting into that hundredth,
1,033.
I need to go get a drink.
You got another water?
Yeah, he just ran in, so he doesn't think it's right, so give him a minute.
Oh, the one that said. Yeah. yeah, that-
25 cents. Hold on, where did he?
You went over there.
Vodka or gin?
Screw it. You Bloody Mary.
Okay.